Hello, welcome to Texas Style Cuisine. Today I'm going to take you back inside my classroom and we're going to show you how to make a jalapeno and cheese sausage. Here's our demonstration on making sausage. I got a couple of my students going to help us out. And what we're doing today is a beef and pork sausage. And we're going to make it with some jalapenos, cheese. We're going to put salt, pepper, garlic, and some tomato paste in it. But the first thing we're going to do is cube up our meat. We don't want our meat too big. We're using a KitchenAid mixer. Y'all can see that over here. We have our grinding attachment. Actually, it's in an ice bath, cooling down. We want everything cold. Our catch for our meat is actually in ice. So everything is nice and cold. We've had the meat in the refrigerator, keeping it cold. And now we're going to show you how we kind of take it, dice it up, and get it ready to go in. One of the best ways to do this, though, is to make slivers. So when we cut this, we're going to make a sliver of our meat and not necessarily big cubes. These smaller grinders go through better in a sliver. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to let one of my students come in here, and he can dice up this pork. This is just Boston butt is what we're cutting up here. It's nice and fatty. We're going to add a little bit of extra fat back in it to help do that, and then we've got just brisket that we're going to use with it. So anyways, Jonathan, if you want to get started, let's get all that cut up into slivers and big pieces that'll pass through our grinder. All right, now Jonathan has all of our meat cut up, and he's got it in nice slivers that will pass through our grinder. So we're going to grind up, again, 2 pounds of brisket. I have 2.5 pounds of pork and a half pound of pork fatback. Fatback's a good fat to use. It'll give us some moisture. Doesn't carry a whole lot of flavor with it, though. So it's always a good one to use in our sausages. So we're going to get those ground up. So Valentine's going to get the grinding head onto our KitchenAid mixer. All right, tight in place. Now tighten up the screw. Okay, one thing also I'm going to do is we have our jalapenos in a small dice. I don't want anybody to get a big piece of jalapenos, so as we're grinding our meat, we're going to throw some jalapenos in there too and let them pass through the grinder also, and then we'll mix it in with everything else at the end. Okay? If you'll notice now, while they're grinding, our catch bowl is sitting in ice, and that's to keep everything cool. We don't want anything to get hot, so it passed through the grinder and into a cold bowl. All right, everything is through the grinder. We have all of our meats ground and our jalapenos so that they weren't too big. Now we're going to put it in the mixer and we're going to mix it up. Now this small amount you could really mix by hand, but we're just going to show you how to use the meat mixer. So this has been chilled. It's had ice sitting in it. In fact, there's still some water in there. Let's get the water out. So it's very cold also to keep our meat nice and cool. So there goes our ground meat right there. And we can start turning, guys. If you want to start turning, Jonathan. That's going to incorporate all of our meats together. And then we have our seasonings right here. I've got 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of black pepper, 3 tablespoons of kosher salt, and then I have 3 ounces of tomato paste. This tomato paste really kind of richens the flavor of this up a lot and does a really good job of giving us a more deeper, richer flavor on it. And so that's what that is that's a half of a 6 ounce can of tomato paste. Okay, stop and kind of go the other direction. I want to, oh, well, hold on a second. I'll go ahead now and see if it'll do it. All right, turn it back. One of our blades is, all right, now go. So this is a 5-pound batch. Normally I do a 10-pound batch, and so I use a whole can of tomato paste. All right, now we're just mixing in our 8 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese. I really like the cheddar cheese flavor. You could even use an extra sharp, and it would give us a really good flavor. Once the cheese is mixed in good, then we'll cool this off in the freezer a little bit, and then we'll get it out and stuff it. All right, now we've got our force meat out of the refrigerator or the freezer. It's been cooling for a while. It had got a little bit warm. Just the warmth of your hands warms that meat back up and handling it. So we've cooled it down some. Now we're going to stuff it. This is a very old stuffer. I bought it years and years ago, maybe 25 years ago, and it's probably 100 years old. But anyways, we're going to fill this up with our meat. Just take it, put it in there. Meat's nice. You can kind of tell by your pepper. When you see your pepper, that's when it's distributed evenly in there. You can kind of figure everything else is also. So all I do is take my casing, find the end of it, and these are natural hog casings. Slide it onto the horn.
Be all of it?
Yeah, we're going to put this all on there. It probably won't take all this casing, but get close. Now, before I get this one all the way on there, I just tie a knot in the end so that the sausage won't come out. And when I tie the knot, I run the tag in back through the loop. Otherwise, that knot will just slip out and it won't hold. So run it all the way up on there. And then we got to get rid of the air. So you just take like a paper clip or something, or a little piece of metal. You can use a pin, toothpick, and just poke the casing. That lets the air out. There's my paper clip right there. So we're just going to take this. I'm just going to put a little hole in it, and that lets the air escape when the meat starts going in. But we're going to do this not real fast. We'll start letting it come out. And you don't want it tight enough that it'll bust. So you want to leave a little space in it because you have to be able to twist all your links. However, if you're going to make long links or short links, you still got to have twist room and all like that. So you don't fill it up so tight that it'll maybe break. Stand up. Okay, so let's start going. Not too fast now. Okay. Other way. Okay. All right, come on. Come on. Just kind of a steady. The steadier you stay, the better it is for me. Come on. Hold on. Twisting it. All right, go ahead. Is that it? Okay, we're at the end of the ring. So what I'm going to do is pull off a little bit more and cut it. Tie a knot in the end. We don't lose everything. Okay. Again, pass this back through there. And now we're going to just start making links. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look for air pockets. We want the air out. So I'll just take my paper clip here and poke that, and we'll get the air out of these. See one there? Okay. You want to do the rest of these, Jonathan? All right. We hope you enjoyed Texas-style cuisine today. Thank you for stopping by and watching our video of our fresh jalapeno and cheese sausage. And we'll see you next time on Texas-style cuisine.
Sitting by the wagon when the sun come up this morning, bacon, eggs, and coffee, biscuits, and beans. Cookie strikes the bell and he rings the world a warning. How them boys put food away beats all I've ever seen.